Okay. Well, I'm looking at the content. Now, I'm not, one of the things as I look and read the content, I think you're right on track here. I like this here. Choose from this is bold so we can, that stands out. We can probably change the color. I think there's some things in here that you can probably add italics to in these three paragraphs. Remember, when people look at this, they look at this as a report and they don't want to read it. Now, there is some inconsistency up here at the top where it says welcome. That's gold, and then the rest is red and then gold. So it looks like maybe you have it, you're missing the, I'm not sure. Welcome to Happy Paws, the happiest place for your pet. Welcome to our pet store. So I think there's some inconsistency in the heading. And I'm not sure with this blue, that blue color, um, when you have this, the red and the gold, maybe we do something a little bit different with that. I think it's just a little bit abrupt for that. We'll take a look at that. Um, for your bullet list here, I want to go in, I want the price to be indented over here and lined up perfectly. And so what you want to do here to do this, this is the Happy Products page. So what you would do on your products page, because you're using a list, we're going to have to create a inline element called a span tag. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in here and then I have to name it. And I'm going to name it with a class because I want to format it separately. And I'm just going to name it format A. Okay. And then I'm going to put the closing span tag. I'm going to take it here. I'm going to put it after the price. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is very simple. I'm going to take this span tag and I'm going to put it right before the price or the special. I'm going to put the closing span tag after the 1140. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm adding a style called span to the price, and I'm adding a name to it, and I want the name to be the same for all three because it's going to apply a style to all three. So I want all the same style, and this is where classes and IDs come involved, and you're going to learn more about this next week. When I go in here, I'm going to go in, and you already add some it looks like you already add classes, so you probably have a good idea about that. And I'm going to type in format A. Okay. What I want to do is I'm going to put a little extra space to the right or to the left side. So I'm going to do margin hyphen left. Let's do 20 pixels. And this is where you have to kind of experiment. And I'm going to make it stand out, so I'm going to make it bold. So I'm going to make it font hyphen weight bold. I always like using the bold for styles because people go into a B tag, but you get more control if you add it to the class. Now let's save that. Let's refresh this. So you see how that automatically is bold? See, that 20 is not enough because what's going to happen is we want these prices to line up perfectly. So here there will be an empty gap because the way the text is. So what we'll probably have to do, you probably have to experiment here, and we'll just do 50 at this time. And so that's not, now if we take it out over too much, then what's going to happen, let's change that real quick. Let's just change, let me experiment here real quick. Because we're working with a list, I forgot, list has some different controls. We might have to go in and add a display block, and we'll move it to the next line below. And when I do this, it's going to line up the prices, but it'll be on the next line below. That might be a better choice to make it easier to find. And then what you could do here is, because then in the style sheet, you can then experiment here. And let's say 20 pixels to make it larger. I mean, you could do some other things with that. So I think that'd be a better choice. Then I also think for the about page, where you have veterinarian clinic, dog wash, grooming, and training, I think that would be better as a definition list. I'll post a video on how to create a definition list right after this, so that way you see how it works. What you would do is this veterinarian clinic would be the term, and then after that you would have a definition what services are provided. Dog wash, what services are provided, and so you explain a little bit more about those services for that purpose. Just like a little paragraph works. So like a definition would be like here, self-service dog wash makes bathing your pet a breeze. You know, just a little paragraph like this. You know, that would definitely help on that. Gotta love graphics. And I'll post a video on how to create a definition list after